Thank you, sir. Our dear Swamiji and my brothers and sisters of God's great family, Vasudeva Kudumbam, I've spoken in many, many economic conferences, but never such a big Hindu conference, economic conference. So it gives me a chance to do a prayer in Hinduism. Om Gam Mahaganapatiye Namaha, Om Durga Lakshmi Saraswatiye Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Sri Bhagavan Satya Sai Babaya Namaha, my Guru. And since I see my brothers from the Sikh family here, Satnam Vaheguru, and for the my Buddhist brothers here and sisters here, may I say, may the triple gem protect all of us. Dear friends, the Hindus actually I'm going to say something that may offend many of you. I don't care. Maybe the last session I'll speak. The Hindus should not be proud of the past. Sometimes people send me by email all what Hindus have achieved in the past. I say, how come we lost all that? How come we lost all that? We should feel a sense of shyness, you know. Dear friends, let us be proud of the future that we will create. And this is what we are proud about. Dear friends, before I go into my main subject, I've told Swamiji, the economic battle is one thing. There's another, as he mentioned, Kurukshetra. Another great Kurukshetra is facing us now, and that is our youth and youngsters. They are totally losing faith in our religion. They don't know anything about the religion. They're becoming agnostics, atheists, while only they put the brand Hinduism. They don't know anything about the religion. Next conference in 10 years' time, I wonder how many Hindus will be sitting down here. No? They'll all be claiming they're Hindus, but they won't be practicing Hinduism. This is a challenge, another challenge we face, Swamiji, in this world. Dear friends, let me now go to the subject before I emotionally divert myself. What am I? Here I am actually about odd man in this group. What am I, a Malaysian? I was a Malaysian senior government official in Malaysia, and what am I doing speaking about Africa? I should be talking about Malaysia, no? The reason why I told Swamiji, let me not talk about Malaysia or Asia, was because why should we scramble for the shrinking opportunities in our region? The region is shrinking. Everybody is competing in the region. Let us go now to the region where the tremendous new opportunities exist. And there we can make big gains. Now the question is, okay Jaga, what are your credentials to talk about Africa? Here we are. Gentlemen, in 1990, by the way, I'm the founder of the Malaysian Industrial Development Authority way back in 1967. So you can guess now what my age is. And 1990, I was in Zimbabwe. I set up 4 months. I set up the Zimbabwe Investment Center. 1991, I spent 4 months in Tanzania. I set up the Tanzania Investment Center. And for several years, directed by my Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, I visited many African countries, briefing the cabinets of all these countries, Namibia, Uganda, Tanzania, Senegal, about Malaysian economic miracle. And from 2012, I've been focusing on Zambia. I've been a senior economic advisor to the government of Japan for the Asia-Africa strategy and how to make Zambia a role model for the rest of Africa. Therefore, this is my credentials. Dear friends, some illusions about Africa. Africa is not one nation. It is not a monolithic economic entity. Africa is not one block. The 54 nations make up Africa, and unfortunately, many paint Africa as one brush. The moment CNN talks about Somalia, you all think whole Africa is Somalia, you know. No, it is not that, okay. Somalia is only 20% African nations are in any conflict, and other 80 are stable and wanting to improve the welfare of the nation. I speak from personal experience, okay. Unfortunately, negative people get all the publicity. You see, if a dog bites a man, no one does not news. A man bites a dog, everybody talks about it, okay? Exactly what's happening now in Africa. All the negative fellows get Somalia, Congo, all these fellows, you know. Many beautiful, very peaceful nations. The UN Economic Commission of Africa, African Economic Outlook 2013, the Continent Economic Outlook for 2013, African economy is projected to grow by 4.8% in 2013 and accelerate further to 5.3 in 2014. This is the World Bank. The main source of dynamism, expansion of agricultural production, growth in services, rise in oil production and mining. Dear friends, external financial flows in Africa hit a record in 2012 and expected to top US dollars 200 billion in 2013. This highlights a growing, by the way, this is the World Bank report. This is not mine. The highlights the growing importance of investments, official development aid, and remittance to a continent on the move, okay? The Malaysian media recently reported this in 30th July, just 1 month ago. Malaysians need to take heed what's going on in Africa. Our companies have sunk 19 billion US dollars into the continent, Malaysian companies. World Bank reports 5 out of the 10 fastest growing economies in 2012 were from Africa. This is the fact of life. But we all focus. North African countries remain tense, North Africa. But while people in many sub-Saharan Africa, that is below the sub-Saharan Africa, worry about jobs and cost of living. And that is where, dear friends, I like to talk about, one of those sub-Saharan Africa is Zambia. And I like to give you now, all of you are busy people, okay? I'm not going to give you motherhood statements, come to the guy. I'm going to give you facts and figures why Zambia has got tremendous potential. If you've got a pen, take it down. On mind, you can, I'm sure the secretary will give you the copy of this. In 2010, the World Bank named Zambia one of the world's fastest economically reformed countries. And I was there for the last 6 years, 2006 to 2012. Not all the time, but I used to go there 4 times a year. I briefed the cabinet about 5 times. I briefed the whole parliament of Zambia about economic strategy. So I know what I'm talking about. The common market for Eastern and but Zambia is a population, a small population. You may think it's about 12 million people. But the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa is headquartered in Lusaka. And the key facts, Zambia is, here we are, location, it's got 8 countries bordering it, first point. Second, the land area is there, you can see that later. Population about 12 million, 55% is urban. Population growth is 3.1%. The language, English is the official language. And currency is Zambian kwacha, which is one US dollar is equal to 5.44 kwacha. Underemployment is urban areas serious problems, while most rural Zambians are subsistence farmers. Now, Zambian politics, Zambia has been very stable for the last 30 years. No conflict, internal conflict. I was there, as I know, okay? In fact, recently, about 2 years ago, the government in power for 25 years lost the election. And everyone panicked and thought, my God, there's going to be a mayhem. But smooth transition, nothing happened. And now the new government has taken over. 30 years, no conflict. Zambian Investment Agency, there's a Zambian Investment Agency. I was working with them for the last 6 years. They're one-stop center to help investors. Now, these are general stuff, okay, about Forex rules, all these are universal rules nowadays. Opportunities, specific opportunities. Agriculture sector, large-scale agriculture, animal husbandry, abundant fertile land is available. They welcome investors to grow cotton, sugarcane, many vegetable products, sorghum, wheat, coffee, what have you. Dear friends, you can get agriculture land in Zambia for $100 US per hectare, or in fact less. Okay. 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. Manufacturing sector is yet to be developed, with a lot of potential here, dear friends. And I'm suggesting now that you join. And they've got a big community, SADC and COMESA. Total population, as you can see here, is about 580 million people. That's SADC, and that's COMESA, free trade zone area, huge area for you to tap there. And manufacturing sector potential, you need not go for greenfield, There are a lot of Zambian manufacturers there, Asians and Zambians, who have outdated machinery and equipment. They'd welcome joint ventures. You can start with them, expand with them, diversify with them. Best bet, seek out existing Zambian manufacturers, okay, expand it. This same rule, I think, applies to many other African nations. The following incentives are available. This is very interesting. Anyone investing more than 500,000 US dollars, you get a corporate relief tax holiday of 5 years, not from the date you start, 5 years from the date of first profitability. This is not in India, not in Malaysia even, okay? 5 years from the date of first profitability. And after that, actually you should thank them. Don't thank me. I just suggested to them and they introduced it, okay? So anyway, the dividends also exempt from tax, okay? It's a fantastic incentive situation. And after that you get 2 years extra and 2 years extra, So, a lot of incentives, since the chairman is already telling, is not, I won't go to that. Capital, a lot of incentives there that are not available actually in many other countries. Now, Let me tell you some of the cotton, go for cotton and copper. Zambia exports 90% of cotton and copper raw. The tremendous incentives for processing this into finished and semi-finished products. Processing of the exports is a high priority. Likewise, potential for processing of other things grown in Zambia, honey, neem, cashew nuts, groundnuts, what have you. Education. This is incredible. They have made education and medical a major economic sector. Anyone setting up a school, a university, a college will get the same tax holiday as the manufacturing sector. The vision is to make Zambia a center for education in the region. Here's the facts, okay? There are now 30,000 people leave the school system every year, and they're not enough. This is not enough opportunity. Of those complete high school education, 30,000 obtain minimum entry, only 60,000, 16,000 can be absorbed. Tremendous supply-demand gap, okay, for education. Technical vocation, dear friends, capacity 400,000 learners are there, only 14,000 available spaces for them. That's why they're spending a lot of money going overseas. Yes? One more minute, okay, fine, finish. So, okay, education, the potential, the other potential is medical, tremendous potential medical. Anyone setting up a hospital, diagnostic center, what have you, will get the same incentives as manufacturing, the 5-year tax holiday. I won't go into the details here. You can check the slides, you can get the more details. 90% of pharmaceuticals are imported, and recently here's some news, JNN News, I call it JNN News Flight, not CNN, okay. NRB Pharma Limited of India has just last month broken ground to Zambia to set up a $10 million pharmaceutical operation in Zambia, and they never attended this conference. So what about you guys who are here, okay? Go and see what's available, okay? So health sector, priority sector, the government is encouraging, okay, all this. These are all the medical areas we can go into, you know, for the incentives. And here's a hospital built by a Malaysian guy who was a developer, not a hospital man. He wants to find a joint venture partner, $15 million, 70% partnership. It's very specific. Service sector potential, supermarket, tremendous potential, supermarket manufacturing. Every product in 3 supermarkets in Zambia are 3 to 5 times higher than anything in Malaysia. So the huge cost there, and we bring it down for construction potential, housing. There's a multi-faceted economic zone. You can develop zones there. The government will give you incentives, same tax holiday for developing industrial zones. So dear friend, tourism, fantastic. There's a huge, fantastic thing for tourism potential, for games, hotels, tremendously expensive, you know, hotels there. They would like to encourage more hotels. Taj Hotel has got the only hotel in the whole of Africa is in Lusaka. And dear friends, here is the Great Victoria Falls, and that's the wonders of the world. And that's me swimming in the lip of the Victoria Falls. If I move 1 foot forward, I fall down, okay? 3,000 feet down there. And that's me diving there. Okay, finish, sir. That's it. Okay. Thank you, friends. Okay. Get the video.